is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Becca, and this is Cosplay.and.books, the channel where I talk about books and then cosplay from the ones that I like the most. And today we are going to be doing my July TBR jar. So, I introduced this last month for June, but it's changed up a little bit. So instead of doing a random number generator like I did last time, I have D&D dice. So I have a D12 for just the normal roll, and that's how many picks I'll do from the jar. And then as a punishment roll, I have a D6. This will probably not come back next month because I have another thing for punishments for August. Everything I'm doing lately is very experimental, so it doesn't mean it's all gonna stay. And yeah, but for now, 12 for normal rolls and a D6 for punishments. As of the day of filming this, I have not finished most of my TBR. Okay, so as of right now, today, what day am I filming this? The 27th. I think that's the day. The 27th, I have not finished my TBR. I don't think I'm anywhere close to finishing my June TBR. So, we're gonna go through it, all the stuff that I have read and haven't read, really quickly before we get into the jar picks. So, first we have a book about a hobby I was going to read, While You Were Dreaming by Alicia Ray. I did not get to this book. I started it, got about 4 chapters in, and got bored. Oops. I don't know, I wasn't in the mood for it, and then I had to turn it back into the library, so I never got to read it. So, a book set in the summer, I originally went for Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer, but I ended up going with Toilet Bound Hanukkah-kun Volume 15, which is set during summer break. So, a book with an odd number of pages, I originally went for Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer, but I ended up reading Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which was 375 pages long, not including like the acknowledgements and stuff. For continuous series, I read Imagine Me by Tahara Mafi. I did read that one. Water on the Cover, I am currently reading it, so I'm gonna count it because I'm like halfway through, and I'll probably end up finishing before Saturday, technically. But I'm reading Daughter of the Pirate King. Finish an achievement, I read Believe Me by Tahara Mafi. Set in a fictional world, I originally put Violet Made of Thorns, but I ended up reading All the Tides of Fate. Next book in an already started series, I'm not gonna get to that one. I picked Our Violet Ends by Chloe Gong, and I don't know why, this is the second time I've grabbed this book from the library and have not read it. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, that's not gonna happen. So 2022 Goodreads award nominee was Foul Lady Fortune. I did read that one. Book with a red cover, I originally got One of Us is Lying, but I ended up reading Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. Person on the cover, I originally went with A Long Stretch of Bad Days by Mindy McGinnis, but I ended up reading Orange, which is a manga series, and it had a person on the cover. So, a book that scares you, I read The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. First book in a series, I read All the Stars and Teeth. A genre you don't read often, I read Cinder. Book with a color in the title, I picked Scarlet or Silver in the Blood. I have gotten to neither of them. Whether I do or not, I don't know. And then a book with a dog, I picked Any Sign of Life, which I'm still hoping to get to, because I do have it, and I'm hoping to get to it. So now, let's get into the rolls. Not the rolls, the picks and the rolls, technically.
Okay, and here are the rolls. So I'm rolling the D12 first, and I got a 6. I don't know if you can see it, but it is a 6. And then I did the D6, and I got a 2, which makes 8. Okay, so here is the first pick. I'm shaking up the jar, and what is it gonna be? I already know what it is, because I'm voiceovering. It is set in a fictional town or world.
So for the prompt of set in a fictional town or world, I picked Ace of Shades by Amanda Footy? Something like that. I don't know. This is set in a city. called New Raines? Something. I don't know how to say it. But I looked it up because my small brain doesn't know real things. But I looked it up, made sure that it was not real, and everything that came up was about the book. So I'm assuming that this is not a real place. It's the so-called City of Sin. I bought this, well, my dad bought it for my birthday this year, so I'm excited to read it.
All right, and here is the next pick. Almost said roll, that's not right. Let's see. It is a book with a random letter. All right, and here is the random letter generator, which got H.
Okay, so book with a random letter. I did a random letter generator. I got the letter H, and I couldn't really think of anything. And for this prompt, I'm saying that even though it doesn't apply to this one, any other time I get it, it will. But it'll be just one of the words has to start with that letter. This one, the first word actually does start with H. So I got Hotel Magnifique by Emily J. Taylor. I heard a couple people talking about this, and then it sounded interesting, and I love the cover. Like, it's hard to tell because the glare of my ring light is, there you go. Look how pretty that is. It's gorgeous. I love it. And I'm very excited to read it. So I don't really know what it's about, to be honest. I heard it's similar, like people say like, oh, if you're a fan of Caraval, you'll like this. But also people said if you're a fan of the Night Circus, which I didn't like. I don't know. So we'll see.
All right, here we go. Number 3, I believe. Yeah. And we got a repeat of last time, which is a book set in the summer.
So the next prompt was a book set in the summer, and I got this prompt last time as well, but I just ended up replacing it with the same book that I was going to read this month, but I didn't end up reading it, which is Instant Karma by Marissa Meyer. It's a short little romance book, so I gotta read it. It's Marissa Meyer, my favorite author. Well, one of them. So, yeah.
All right, next pull from the jar. Let's see what we've got. Drum roll. This is awkward. It is reread a favorite.
The next prompt that I pulled was reread a favorite, and boy, oh boy, is that list long. But I ended up going with Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I'm gonna try to get this more to the end of the month because the next one is coming out in August. And I'm very excited. I have it on pre-order. Super excited for that.
Okay, and here we go with the 5th prompt. Here it goes. Let's see what we've got. It is a book with 500 plus pages.
Next book that I pulled was a book with 500 or more pages. I chose The Book Thief. I just got this like a couple days ago, and I don't know, it seems interesting. And it is I think one of the only books on my shelves that has over 500 pages. I think so. I'm like, maybe like a couple down here, but I don't know. This is the one we're gonna go with though. So, yeah.
And here we are, the 6th pull. This is the one I'm most excited about because I already know what it is. It's an enemies to lovers book, and I love me some enemies to lovers.
The next book that I have is an enemies to lovers book. I ended up going with A Song of Wraiths and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. I have wanted to read this for so long, and I just have never picked it up for some reason. I don't know why, but I am very excited to read this. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is enemies to lovers. I think, like, isn't she there to kill him or something? Yes, they're trying to kill each other. So that's enemies to lovers, all right. I love good enemies to lovers. I was very excited about this.
All right, and here we are. The second to last prompt, aka the 7th prompt, is the next book in an already started series.
Alright, so the next prompt that I pulled was the next book in an already started series. I chose All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I read the first in May, and read the second in June, and now I'm on to the third one. I like this series. It's really good. It's a really good series. I don't know what else to say about it.
All right, and here is the last prompt of the day, giving it a good shake so I get something good. And here is the last one for July. It is a book with a love triangle.
And the next book, the last prompt, is a book with a love triangle. For some reason, I had the hardest time trying to find a book for this because I could only, when I looked up love triangle, like fantasy, because I mainly read fantasy books, it was all one book, and I was like, no, I don't want to read that. Well, not that I didn't want to read it, it's that my library didn't have it, and I don't have money to buy it. Well, I could, but I don't know. But I ended up finding one that I actually own already, which is Ash Princess by Laura Sebastian. I don't really remember what this is about. I was gonna read this for Adventurer-thon, and then I just never got to it. So we're gonna go and read it in July. Right, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what your July TBR is, and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!